Asante Dr. Omari. As Omari mentioned earlier, my name is Adela Lusetula. Mimi ni current final year dual master's degree student hapa at John Hopkins University. I'm doing masters in public health and also masters in business administration. But my professional background is in medicine. Nimekuwa trained kama physician pale Bugando, Mwanza, and prior to graduate school nilifanya kazi katika kama physician for a short time, then spent most of my career katika healthcare consulting and strategy, sana sana katika global health space Tanzania kabla sijaja huku Marekani. So karibuni sana katika session zetu za Fursa Access, na asanteni sana kwa kuungana nasi leo. Ila pia kabla tujaingia katika hii mada yetu ya scholarship na hizi study pathway ambazo ziko South Africa, ningependa kwanza kumtambulisha mgeni wetu wa leo, Emili. Asante sana Emili Yondu kwa kuungana nasi leo. Emili ni Mtanzania ametoka Tanzania na kwa sasa ni mwanafunzi wa University of Witwatersrand. I hope nimeitamka vizuri hapo South Africa. Yeah, Emili ana bachelor ya pharmacy kutoka Muhimbili University of Health and Allied Sciences. Na alivyokuwa MUHAS, Emili alikuwa member wa social committee katika School of Pharmacy, ambapo alihusika kuandaa matukio ya kijamii, kuimarisha mshikamano kati ya wanafunzi, pamoja pia na kukuza ustawi wa mawasiliano mazuri miongoni mwa wanafunzi na viongozi wa chuo. Kitaaluma alitumia pia taaluma yake kama external expert wa Tanzania Medicine na Medical Device Authority TMDA, akiwa anafanya kama part time, lakini pia katika nafasi hiyo alishiriki kutathmini nyaraka za usajili wa dawa mpya na generic, kuhakikisha upatikanaji wa dawa salama zenye ubora zinazofaa kwa matumizi kwa wananchi wa Tanzania. Pia zaidi ya hapo alikuwa co-investigator katika miradi ya utafiti ilikuwa inalenga upatikanaji wa dawa bora za matibabu za kutibu maambukizi katika maeneo yenye changamoto sana sana za migogoro ya kibinadamu ndani ya jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki. Kwa sasa ni Mandela Rhodes Scholar, anasoma Masters of Pharmacy by Research. Amejikita katika regulatory sciences na utafiti wake unalenga kutoa taarifa, maarifa mpya, pia changamoto za afya ya umma katika ubunifu, katika kusaidia maamuzi pia yanayoendana na ushahidi na evidence, ili kuweza kupata viwango vya juu na bora zaidi vya usalama katika bidhaa zetu za tiba za afya na mazingira yetu tulionayo. So karibu sana Emili Yondu. Na before we get into the presentation, can you tell us kidogo kutokea nyuma umefikaje hapa? Nini kilikumotivate mpaka uka-apply Mandela Rhodes Scholarship? Ulijuaje? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Karibu Emili.
Okay, asante sana Dr. Adela and my brother Omari. Omari is also ex-Liborian, so we have that connection, and I've been nimesoma Ilboru for 6 good years from O level to advanced.
Oh, wow.
Ilibaki kidogo nikutane na Omari physically. But yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So my short journey mpaka nilipo sasa is after finishing my advanced education, then I joined MUHAS to pursue Bachelor of Pharmacy, and then following that I interned at TMDA, which is Tanzania Medicine and Medical Devices Authority, for 6 months, and then I interned the last 6 months at Muhimbili National Hospital, Mloganzila. And then after finishing that, I continued to serve in the capacity of external expert at TMDA, specifically with registration of medical products. And then I think as full-time external expert, I just stayed for like 6 months. And then after that, I applied um, for the position of tutorial assistant at Muhimbili University of Health and Allied Science, MUAS, where I'm also serving in the capacity of tutorial assistant. So I served under that capacity for 1 year, while uh, one of my duty as a tutorial assistant is also to further develop my academics and um, professionally, so that I'm required by default to do a master's degree. So I think that's when I started looking for opportunities
Mm.
uh, where I could be pursuing my my master's. So the good thing, I think I did. I was, if I, after joining MUAS, I was a bit, to be honest, exhausted, and I felt like my energy wouldn't allow me to dive straight into doing master's degree. So I took a break like for 6 months. That period,
Mm.
that window is when I started to really dive into and looking into which opportunities that I can utilize in order to pursue further my academic and professional journey. That's when
Yeah.
one of my colleagues, I was just sitting in the office and he just showed me like, there's this scholarship that you can apply. And I was like, okay, send me the link. So I was in the office and the colleague of mine just sent me the link, and I
Mm.
started to exploring immediately. We were just sitting there in the office, like after lunch, those talks, yeah.
Mm.
Uh, so yeah, prior to that, I was also exploring other scholarship opportunities. So they say don't put all your eggs in one basket, and exactly that's what I did, because there is no assurance that you'll get a scholarship uh, just by applying. There is no assurance. So uh, after that, I applied for multiple scholarship, and I thank God that I applied. From all of my application, I secured not less than 4 scholarships. Um,
Wow.
yeah, so I'll explain later, furthermore in my presentation, why I
Yeah.
decided specifically to select this scholarship and not the other scholarship that uh, I got at that point. So, in a nutshell,
Yeah.
that's I think that's a first.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Emily. Um, I feel like Ilibolo ni sehemu ya watu kwenda. Uh,
It's a
Iliboro sehemu
special
nzuri.
school. Omari
Yeah,
can tell you.
ni sehemu
yeah.
nzuri sana watu kwenda, lakini pia nikuuliza Emily,
Yeah.
wakati
Yeah.
unafikiria kuapply kwenda nje au kuogopa
Mm.
chochote? Maana najua kuna baadhi yetu tunakuwa na ile hofu. At least mimi nilikuwa na hofu mwanzo.
Yeah.
Okay, kwa mimi kiukweli, I think the desire
Mm.
to explore more, to see what's out there, really outweighed my fear of getting out of the country.
Yeah.
Tanzania, we have the reputation of wanting to stay home. We have that attachment that we really like to be uh, in Tanzania. So I get what you're saying, but really
Yeah.
that desire to just to see and explore what's out there really outweighs that fear. But to be honest, when I was applying to some of the scholarship in Europe, I I think that I was a bit fearful. But again, after securing this scholarship,
Mm.
you are told that South Africa is not that safe. So again, there's that fear that okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to a place, but the safety, the comfort that I'm used to is no longer there. But
Yeah.
yeah, as again, you really to just want to see what's out there for you and get out of your comfort zone. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Emily. And kitu kimoja ambacho nimejifunza, common theme ambayo inatokea, watu wanatupa connection. So you better mtu ukae na watu ambao watakupa connection nzuri. Tumeona Emily ni colleague wake ndo alimtumia link ya scholarship. So watu tunaokaa nao kama wanaweza kutupa madini, kiacha story nyingine, ni kitu kizuri, na ni watu wengi pia tuliowaalika, yani imetokea kwa mtu mmoja kwenda kwa mtu mwingine ndo akafika hapa. So hizi connection tunazo build up, I feel like tuzitumie vizuri. And another thing kwamba tumesikia Emily amesema kwamba huwezi ukaweka mai yako katika bakuli moja, you need to apply different opportunity, na kama Omari anavyopenda kusema, scholarship nzuri ni ile ambayo unayo mkononi, na ukiwa nazo nyingi zinakupa flexibility ya kuchagua nao kuanza kufikiria napenda nini, naweza nikaacha nini nikachukua nini kwa sababu gani, unaanza kuwa yani na hiyo flexibility. So thank you Emily for sharing that. Kama Emily leo atatupitisha katika hiyo Rhodes Scholar kwa undani zaidi. Ameandaa presentation na katika presentation yake atatuonyesha hiyo scholarship ni nini, application process zikoje, what selection panel they are looking for, and key lessons from his experience. So Emily, the floor is yours. Karibu sana. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Adela. Okay, so let's just dive into it. So I'll be demystifying what the Mandela Rhodes Scholarship process is. What is it really about, and what really they are demanding from a scholar, and also how are the Mandela Rhodes Scholars selected? What characteristics are sought in MRF Scholar? So I'll be using MRF as an abbreviation for Mandela Rhodes Foundation Scholarship. And what does the scholarship cover and not cover? What is the application window and what the process are involved? And of course, the important note for most of us that are not from South Africa. And then we'll have a Q&A session where you need more clarification and explanation. So, so what's Mandela Rhodes Scholarship about? So this is it is more than just a normal scholarship that we know that you are being awarded a fund to pursue your postgraduate degree, either a master's or a PhD. But this is more than that, because it integrates two components of leadership and the funding for your postgrad studies. So the scholarship combines financial support with leadership program, and that will challenge you, grow you, connect you to young African change makers just like you. And this is really important, I think, because you are there to be part of the community and not just to be there to pursue your masters or whatever. So they are really building you, because the scholarship is founded on the legacy of the Mandela, who is one of the most prominent African leaders in the continent. So it's a unique opportunity for young leaders from anywhere on African continent to further their education in South Africa, while completing postgraduate study in any field of your choice. When I say the any field of your choice, we mean South Africa. When I came here is when I realized that they have what they call honors degree. Is that you are doing your undergrad and then you do 1 year of honors, and then they will allow you to do your master's degree. And this is very important as we progress in this presentation, where you realize that some of the issues that are challenging to most of the prospective scholar is that they don't really get to understand what is an honor degree prior to pursuing your master's. So as I've already spoken, that it integrates two components, that is leadership and funding for your postgrad. So how can you tell if you qualify for 2027 cohort? Because in South Africa, the academic year starts in February. So like right now, the academic year is starting tomorrow. I mean, next week in Feb to late November. So the criteria for you to qualify for the next class of 2027 is to be able to pursue a postgraduate degree in English and be a citizen of an African country. You must be between the ages of 19 and 29 at the time of applying. So technically it's just below 30 years. And by January 27, you will need to have an undergrad degree with an excellent academic result. And what they require from you is above 70% or upper second honors. Other than that, you must demonstrate that you aspire to be an ethical leader, committed to using below that, using your talent to advance equality, freedom, and human dignity in Africa. And you admire Nelson Mandela's ability to bridge the divide and bring people together around our common humanity. That is very important. We are going to see some of the principles or pillars in which the scholarship is based in. And be prepared to reflect deeply on your own leadership and the whole process of personal change and growth, because Madiba once said, a true leadership starts with internal change. So the quality of intervention depends on the interior condition of the intervener. So that's what the scholarship, the leadership development process is all about, for you to work more on yourself. So how are the Mandela Rhodes Scholars selected? So they are looking for young leaders who aspire to the principle we are going to see and have demonstrated the potential to live them out. This is very important in making sure when you are writing your essays or your personal statement, you really show that you have embodied these principles as you have moved throughout your journey of life to the point that you are applying for this kind of a scholarship. So the first principle is leadership. If you aspire to be a visionary leader who has moral authority, you see leadership as more than just personal ambition, but as a way to pursue advancement of equality and freedom, human rights and human dignity. And you have a guide and inspire others to reach their full potential. So this is kind of thing. So technically, all of these principles, there are some sort of question they are asking you to reflect before you start writing your application. So once you can sit and reflect on this question for different principles, that's when you can get now the reflection have been done, and now you can write your application based on these four principles that the foundation is based on. Again, the education, if you have excellent academic results, but you believe that your education shall not only benefit you, but also make a difference for others. And if you have agreed that intellectual excellence must be accompanied by character and rounded personality, reconciliation. If you can see that the scholarship bears two names of Mandela and Rhodes Scholar, and if you remember your history, that Mandela, was one of the leaders that was jailed for a very long time before becoming the first South African president. But instead of avenging or holding grudge for what has been done to them, he decided that he can forgive and that he can reconcile so that the nation can come together and realize what is so-called the rainbow nations, where the history of South Africa with apartheid. So, and then the issue of entrepreneurship. If you see Africa, that it can take its rightful place and equal and competitive presence in the global world, and you have demonstrated individual effort, innovation, and creativity in this end. Again, it's very important when you're writing to really embody these four principles. And a lot of time people are asking, should I have all of these principles? Yeah, do I really have to embody all of them? Try as much as you can to embody all of them, but if you can't, you can be selective and really reflect on your life journey in an area that really resonates with what you are trying to communicate in your application. So these are some of the characteristics that are sought in an MF scholar. It's just a reflection of what we have already talked about in terms of entrepreneurship, in terms of reconciliation, in terms of education, in terms of leadership. So now we move to what the scholarship covers. Uh, the scholarship covered tuition cost for 1 year honors degree and 2-year master's degree in any field at a recognized South African institution of higher education. It also covers the financial support like tuition, registration fees, and provide allowances for your study materials, for your research, for the medical aid, as well as accommodation and meal. Also, it provides you with funds for attending conferences that are relevant to your field of study. You just need to send them the required documentation, and then they'll give you the money. The tuition fee, I mean, the funds are normally paid twice a year after every 6 months. From like now we are starting the academic year. We are paid on January, and then on early July or end of June, that's when you receive the other half of the funds. And the scholarship includes a compulsory. It's not a thing of debate. It is compulsory for you to attend leadership development program of either 1 year or 2 years, depending on your course. So right now, I'm doing a master's degree for 2 years. So I'll be attending all of this leadership development program. And then last year, I graduated for the first year leadership development program. That was really based on how you are trained to really change your internal perspectives, get to reflect who you are and what changes you want to influence in whatever field that you are working on. And the program also, of course, the program is primarily delivered through a series of week-long in-person workshops that are conducted in Cape Town. So for those scholars that are based in other regions, like KZN, KwaZulu-Natal, Pretoria, Joburg, and any part that is not in Cape Town, you'll be provided with you'll be flown for the workshops that are the number of workshops per year are 3 that will be conducted in like right now on Feb, I think in May and September. So the program give you access to, of course, they give you access to mentorship program. You choose what kind of a mentor you want, because we have our platform for the scholars and alumni where you can select a particular mentor and they can guide you in any area of interest that you want, either being academic or any other, but they really recommend that you keep your interaction professional. And yeah, so what the scholarship doesn't cover is this does not pay for application fee for your university. And from my experience, the university fee is normally not that much expensive. It's just like kwa Tanzania ni kama I think it's 20K, 30K in that range, but it does not exceed 100K. So MRF doesn't pay for accreditation of your okay. So when you're coming to study in South Africa, in Tanzania we have TCU, Tanzania Commission of University, that are the one responsible for verifying, that you meet the requirement of a particular course. So in South Africa, they have what is called SAQA, South Africa Qualification Authority, and where they are the ones that are responsible. Someone is drawing? Okay. So SAQA are the one that are responsible for accrediting and verifying your certificate. So this process become particularly important for scholars that are coming from outside South Africa, like Tanzania, like ourselves. But it's important. They do not pay for this, but during our time when we were doing application, they paid for us. Okay. But again, in the official website, they have stated that will not be paying. And this is very important because again, this is the expensive part of the program. I think the amount is like 350K Tanzanian shillings. Like that one also, yeah. They also do not provide financial support for visa applications because this, again, we'll see why it is important. If you're shortlisted for an interview, you'll need to fly to South Africa, and the Mandela Rhodes Foundation does not cover the cost of any travel documents, such as passport. So the passport and visas, these are your responsibility for you to pay and secure these documents. Okay, so this is the important part, yeah. So the scholarship application requirements. So they want 3 letters of recommendation in English as part of your application. It is not you who are responsible for submitting these letters. You just need to add the emails of your recommenders in the application portal, and then they will receive the email address for them to write for you the recommendation letter. And it's, yeah, without these letters, you cannot submit your application. So it's very important because we'll see the application window is almost going to be open. So it's very important for you to identify key recommenders that are very aware of your capabilities in those areas that we have discussed, those principles of leadership, reconciliation, entrepreneurship. And also, you need to upload your certificate for completion of your degrees, your transcript of academic results, and scans of your ID, that's passport, and document and transcripts. I mean, this document must be provided in English, and it's recommended that you upload certified copies of this document. And now the important part, you'll be asked to write short essays. This scholarship is different from other scholarship. So you will need to write just 2 essays, but these essays will either carry you throughout the scholarship process, because at any point during the application process, after you have submitted, you'll not be given a chance for you to correct or to rectify. Okay, so it's very important to stick in reflecting and writing a very detailed essays that will carry you through to the final round of the interview, which is, of the application, which is in the interview with MRF themselves. So the essays are two. One essay you are required to write. I'm going to read. Omar, is it okay? I'm going to read a question for last year.
Yeah, nafikiri unaweza ukashare maswali yako tu, amna neno.
Yeah, so last year they were told to write, they need to upload an essay that answers this question. Reflect on polarizing issue or event in your country and the step that the respective communities could take in an effort to move towards one another. Contextualize the issue or polarizing event, who the relevant stakeholders or communities are affected are, and provide your analysis of the issue and possible resolution. And again, this essay, you are not to exceed 800 words. Okay, so one can ask, what does it mean when they're saying a polarizing issue? A polarizing issue is an issue that divides people into extremes. Like the magnet, you have 2 poles, right? North and south. Or the earth pole, you have north and south. So the polarizing thing is something that divides the opinion or the experience people see that thing into two extremes. One either supporting, another against it. Or you see, so it's polarizing. It means there is a gap between these two groups. Okay. So you need to write about polarizing, and it's very important for you to sit and ask. Of course, you can brainstorm even with your colleague and ask, okay, because initially, when I heard I need to write about polarizing issue in my home country, I would have been puzzled. So what polarizing issue can I write about? But again, uh, I'll share my experience later on. I just wanted you to get the glimpse of what the application process and requirements are. And then the second essay is just about your life journey. And this is really important when you are trying to show that you have embodied the principles of reconciliation, education, entrepreneurship. Uh, yeah, the four principles of the foundation. And then it's one of most important things for you to know is that the MRF just provides you with the necessary funding and the leadership development program. They are not involved in any way or how with the application process for your university. So you'll need to ask to fill your proposed course of study. When you are doing your application, you can just write that I'm interested in doing 1, 2, 3. Okay, the courses you're going to study and at which university. But it's important for you to understand they do not require proof that you have already applied to this university. So you can just write like I'm probably me. I just want to do Masters of Pharmacy at vet, but I have not yet applied because it's still early in the application process because the application window starts in March. So you can't really say that you have already applied. But it's recommended that you apply as soon as possible. And this is because even the amount of money you need to apply for university is not that big. Okay, and you are required to apply for more than one university because one of the conditions for you to accepting this scholarship is that you already have secured the acceptance to any of the university in South Africa. So again, you must check if your qualification meets the requirement for your proposed course of study, because each country has its own framework for registering and rating qualification levels. So in South Africa, this is managed by, I've already said, SAQA. Okay, people asking what the deadline for the application window. I'll talk about that in this presentation. So SAQA is accreditation can take 4 to 8 weeks, which can delay your acceptance to university, and that's your study visa to South Africa. So it's really important, and I'll recommend at which particular stage of your application process is when you can apply for SAQA. So where can you study in South Africa? So these are the list of universities that the foundation really wants you to study your postgraduate degree at. So it's not that you can study at any university, but these are the universities that the foundation wants you to apply, and majority of scholars are doing their, if you can check even the website, University of Cape Town, University of Witwatersrand, University of Johannesburg, University of Pretoria, Stellenbosch, yeah, many are doing their degrees in those universities. I think it's because also of the ranking and people when they're applying, they usually check for the university ranking, and of course, VETS, UCT, University of Cape Town, University of Pretoria, and Stellenbosch normally are top in the list, and so a lot of scholars tend to apply at these universities. So again, it's very important for you to start checking in this listed university if the course you want to take is offered in any of these university, and wonder what are the requirements for the courses you want to pursue. So that's really important in these initial stages of your application process, and then you can know what to prepare if they, because not all university require SAQA, but some university require SAQA. And again, it's important for you to check how to apply for multiple universities, because again, don't put all your eggs in one basket. It will be very bad for you to see that you have get the scholarship, but you cannot accept it because you haven't secured registration in any of the university. So again, it's very important for you to apply in multiple university, and then when because money will not enter your account until you have shown them the proof of registration in any of these universities. Okay, so scholarship application window and key steps. So application will open on Monday, 9th of March this year, and candidate can add the recommenders on the platform. Again, there are 3 recommendation letter they need. I mean, 3 recommenders, that's equals to 3 recommendation letters, and begin uploading the documentation, working on their personal essays. Again, you're required to write 2 essays, one about your personal life journey, and the second about any polarizing issue in your country, tailored in accordance to the way the question has been asked for that particular year. Normally, they want you to write about polarizing issue in your country, in your society, or in any field that you see fit. So the application will close on Tuesday, 14th of April, 2026, and no late or incomplete application will be accepted under any circumstance. So again, it's very important for me to highlight that you, after writing and submitting your essays, you don't do anything else. So the second, third stage after you have submitted are entirely based on their review of the essays that you have written. Okay, so in July, you'll be notified by mid-July whether or not you are through to the second round. Again, you can see in any of that, it's based on just the essay you have written in the initial applications step. And then in July, you'll be notified by the end of July whether or not you are through to the third round. And on August, you'll be notified by the end of August if you're invited for the interview, in that which is the final round, or if you are unsuccessful. So this is the window. And then on August now is when you are invited for in-person interview in Cape Town. We'll be interviewed at the Madiba's house. So if you're in the final round and you're based outside South Africa, you'll be flown for an in-person interview with the selection committee. You'll be notified by the end of October if you're selected as the Mandela Rhodes Scholar. Again, they have tailored the program this way to give you a window for you to apply and secure acceptance in those listed universities that we have previously seen. And then from October to November, the selected Mandela Rhodes Scholar must do their best to secure acceptance in the university of their choice, and then a study visa for travel to South Africa in January. First year students are supposed to come in January because you need to work on your registration, you need to work on your biometrics, you need to work on your accommodation, and all those hurdles that comes with moving into a new place or new country. So that's why you need to come to South Africa early for you to settle down and ensure that at the beginning of the academic year in February, you're all sorted and you can start your academic journey, and you're properly financed by the foundation. So if you want to check the terms and conditions of accepting scholarship, this is the links that I've provided. You can just check them. You can download the PDF and pass through it. Again, this is really painful for some of from the experience I've heard. I was lucky enough to it was not an easy, really be hectic, and it can really scare you a bit because the whole process takes not at least 90 days. That is when they can give you your results. And that takes into account that nothing has intervened or has delayed any of your application process. Because SAQA, you are uploading your document for them to verify. You paid the fee, and then they are going to contact the university which you studied for them to verify that you really was a student there, and that is your qualification. So assume the email has been sent, and you haven't made a follow-up to your respective university, which you did your undergrad. It means that the process will be delayed, and the number of days for them to complete will extend. Okay, so it's very important for you to apply early, and they really recommend after you are called for your scholar. I mean, for your interview, for in-person interview, that's when you can start applying for SAQA, because it gives you a window. And again, there are programs that require SAQA and some that don't require SAQA. My program, SAQA was one of the requirements, so I needed to submit. And it was really hectic, because I almost emailed them every day, like I need that certificate for me to get an acceptance. But I was lucky enough. My supervisor wrote to the admission office that, I know the guy. Um, we are going to give him a 4-month window, so we'll give him an acceptance into the university, and then he will submit his SAQA certificate after arriving in South Africa. So the good thing is, I think a week after signing that agreement with VETS, I was accepted into the program, and I started my academic journey. And then after a week, I got my SAQA and I uploaded it, and then yeah. And again, there's another hurdle again for SAQA. That's why SAQA is very important. And when you're selecting program, it's very important to check, because SAQA can, so they call national qualification level. If you are given level 7, it means you need to do your honors. You see, if you're given level 8, it's mean, okay, now you can do your master's degree. So I have number of my fellow scholars that were not able to do their masters, but they had to do honors, because simply SAQA graded them national qualification level 7. So again, it's very important for you to apply and sort this out early. I was lucky again to get NQLF level 8. It means I can directly go and pursue my master's. So if you want to register for tips and alerts for this year application period, this is the link that you can go and register for you to get alerts and tips directly from MRIF. So now here is where I'm going to answer the question I was asked: why did I choose this scholarship and not the others that I had? It is because not only does this scholarship give you a community and mentorship program and develop your leadership capacity as an individual, but there are other opportunities just tailored just for alumni that have passed under the Mandela Rhodes Scholarship. So one of the opportunities is Anit Prize. Yeah, the Anit Prize support initiatives that can deliver positive social impact for Africa, most marginalized population. And the competition is open to alumni, you see, of the Mandela Rhodes Scholarship and Rhodes Scholarship, because they are twin scholarship, Mandela Rhodes Scholarship and Rhodes Scholarship. And they provide up to 100,000 US dollars in funding available annually to between 1 to 4 winners. So again, why did I choose? This is one of the things. And the other thing is that there is an opportunity called Shaun Johnson Memorial Scholarship. a scholarship for doctoral studies in UK, open exclusively to Mandela Rhodes alumni. So the aim of Sean Johnson Memorial Scholarship is to increase the impact and effectiveness of the Mandela Rhodes alumni who wish to pursue PhD studies outside of the African continent by connecting them to the financial support for doctoral study in the United Kingdom. So again, you can see there are opportunities that are tailored specifically for the Mandela Rhodes scholars. And also this is another competitive scholarship. They accept two, they offer two posts every year to pursue postdoc or PhD at UK. And the scholarship is very competitive. It's not like the acceptance rate. I read it somewhere like it was like 3%, less than 3%, because in our year there are 64 scholarship, but the application I think it is in the number of 2,000 is something. So you can see people are really applying, and you really need to bring your best game when you're trying to apply for this scholarship. So the final tips is and takeaways is get in touch with 3 people who have relative experience of you and insight into your character as soon as possible, even before the applications open, to ask them permission and give them time to write their letters. Because again, you cannot rush, because most of these recommenders are professors or lecturers that, mostly are the ones who are writing this recommendation. And you really need to give them time for them, because they have their issues that they are dealing with, and it's not like they will have to stop and then everybody just want to do your work. No, you need to give them time, you brief them, and then it's really important for you to explain to them that what principles the foundation is really looking at, so that they can tailor your recommendation letters accordingly. So apply for SAQA early. Once you know that you have reached the interview stage, I recommend that that's when you can apply for your SAQA. Okay, research the degree you want to pursue and the requirements and the application dates, because again, it's very important, because the foundation does not intervene in anyhow in your application to your respective universities. So it's totally upon you to do that. Contact relevant university specific course coordinators. The good thing is that the South African websites, university websites, are very good, and really you can find the relevant contacts that you can need in order to support your application. And then remember that the Mandela Rhodes Scholarship is for postgrad study, honors and master's degree in any field, but they do not fund the MBAs, any type of a block course that the courses you are not required to be here at South Africa. All courses delivered predominantly online. So the courses they are funding is a full-time postgrad degree. So they want you to be in South Africa. You must apply separately to your chosen tertiary institution for the degree you wish to undertake. The award again is conditioned on you being offered a place at the relevant institution, and it's best to apply several universities and you don't get accepted at your first choice and are able to take the scholarship as unable to take the scholarship as a result. So that's me. That's my contact. If you want to ask or reach out at any time during your application processes, I'm reachable through those contacts. And yeah, thank you so much.